Hi, my name is Allison, and this is Chantel, and welcome to our first ever podcast here at Voodoo Brew Pub. This is called Good Vibes at Voodoo Brew Pub, and welcome.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
It's kind of cool being here without any customers, honestly. It's kind of fun to just be able to just talk and hang out and drink beer and not have to be a bartender.
Well, yeah, I'm glad to have you here. And for those of you who don't know a lot about Voodoo Brewing Company, we are located here in the Arts District, 1415 South Commerce Street, number 105.
A little bit in the cut.
We're tucked away a little bit from the main street, but once you find us, you will be happy. We have an amazing patio out here, amazing beer.
What made you choose this location of all? Because I grew up in Vegas, so I remember this back in the day being literally a dirt lot. Like, there was nothing here. How did you have a vision to even create this adorable little space at all? Like, how did this even come to be originally?
So I feel like any brewery has to start in the Arts District.
Fair.
This is called Brewery Row now. There's so many breweries here. Even if you're not brewing beer and you're a brew pub or a tap house or whatnot, I feel like you have to have some sort of presence here. Eventually, we are going to expand. We're going to open up in Summerlin.
Oh, can't wait. That's exciting.
I know, very exciting.
Oh, man. I want to work at that one. I
Yeah.
want to be, that's me.
Well, hopefully you'll be at both.
Hey.
But yeah, the Arts District is just, it's such a cool place to be.
Yeah, for sure.
I think a lot of people, they do have a huge beer focus here, but there's a lot of cool vintage stores, art galleries.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much down here.
And it's all local owned businesses nowadays. Like, most of it's, none of it's going to be big corporate stuff down here. It's all just one of a kind.
I love that.
Single owned businesses, which is so cool, honestly. Like,
And then this, so this location, this used to be, it was, I always like to say it was like a tool shed, because when I walked in here, everything's so like automotive down here, and it was dirt floor. There was absolutely nothing here really at all.
you didn't want to keep the dirt floor? That'd be so good in the
Well, I
summertime.
did go with raw concrete, and then I realized we needed to have finished concrete, because that didn't do very well.
It makes it a little easier to clean, probably. Yeah.
But yeah, this building was absolutely nothing. It was so cool because when we were doing construction, we cut out this hole right here for the indoor-outdoor bar,
Yeah.
and you could see the insulation was like old newspapers from the 1930s.
Oh,
And
how
it had
cool.
it had hairspray ads, like 25 cents for a can of hairspray.
I would have kept all that. I would have plastered it on the
I
walls.
have it, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with it, but it's super cool. Also, a lot of people think that we're going with the whole like reclaimed wood trend with this ceiling, but
Yeah, right.
this is the original roof. So we had to redo the roof. So I had the contractors take every single little plank down.
Oh, cool.
And then when we had the roof on, we put them all back up. So this is all the original wood from the 1930s. We ran out, so there's a couple pieces you can kind of see where we ran out. But
I like that there's
overall-
cans in there somewhere. There's like little
There
metal
are.
circles. There's can lids. There's like all sorts of oddities that are kind of in this wall that used to exist.
So I guess like back in the day, apparently there were woodpeckers here. I haven't seen many
Oh, okay.
woodpeckers here, but
Me neither.
they would put the cans in the roof so that like the woodpeckers wouldn't peck through.
Oh,
So that's
same way
why
with
those
like
cans are up there.
having like the CDs on the roof to keep like pigeons away, maybe.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
Oh, yeah, that's
maybe
like a whole thing.
Maybe I'll try that at
Oh
home.
yeah, that's smart.
And also the window right here behind us, that's the original window. So I kept the original window too.
Cute.
Everything else is, I didn't like go out and just buy a bunch of furniture. I think like a lot of,
No, I love that about this place is that it's literally all just like, because even from my standpoint, when I just walked in trying to hang out on your patio and drink a beer originally before I was even here, it was so cool to see all the mismatched furniture, all this neon bright art, all this like eclectic vibe. You could tell that it was obviously just put there. It wasn't necessarily planned. It wasn't necessarily designed to look that way. It was all just kind of this fun randomness, which I really dug, honestly. Like,
well, it's a lot of stuff is from like Facebook Marketplace, the light right here, the table we're sitting at.
well, not to mention you have your other business as well, Las Vegas Mannequins.
I do, and a lot of stuff is actually from there too. So stuff that like kind of sat in my warehouse. The skateboard tables. Also the skateboards I collected over the years. So those are all from like the Las Vegas community. So
Sick.
The fire pit outside. It's like a piece of Vegas. And every time I pick something up, I was like, oh, come enjoy beer and,
Yeah.
and sit at your fire pit or under your light or yeah.
No, yeah, I find somewhere new to sit every time I'm sitting back here just
Yep.
drinking because I'm like, oh, it's different every day. There's new furniture every day. Yesterday, your friend brought over 3 more pieces of furniture. I was like, oh, nice. Now, where am I going to put these things? Like,
And you're doing an awesome job organizing everything. I appreciate that.
yeah, for sure. You need a female touch for it, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it stand out over here is that it is female run, it is female owned, it is obviously female empowered over here.
Yeah, well,
clearly.
we try for that, especially with the mural outside. My friend Janelle painted that. I try to do a lot of like things in here that remind people that like beer is not just for boys.
Yeah, totally.
A lot of like the breweries are very masculine and they're not very feminine. So
For sure.
trying to bring a little feminine touch to the brewery world here.
No, and I've always tried to do the same thing. I started home brewing 4 years ago. I've been drinking beer and enjoying beer. I actually got all of my dude friends into beer. I was the beer kid originally.
Really?
Yeah. So I was the one bringing the fancy 6-packs to my family gatherings with the Miller Lite keg. And then my cousins would somehow all drink my beer. And then we'd argue over, James, did you take that? That's rude, first off. I spent a lot of money on that craft beer. Drink your Miller Lite. I'm fancy. And so it was cool to be a female who's so empowered by beer and is such a big hobbyist of it, to see such a female-dominated spot. For once, you never see that, you know, like, and that was really cool for me to become a part of, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, and I love it. Like, especially the beers here, they're a lot more different than you'd see in a lot of other places, honestly.
Well, that's kind of like when I met the brewery guys, because obviously, you know, we don't brew beer here, but
Of course.
the beer does come from Pennsylvania. When I met the brewery guys and their can art and everything, I just thought like this would do awesome in Vegas. Like this is Vegas needs this.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention, like, it's different. Like, it's vibes that you wouldn't normally have on a menu. You're not going to see really intense IPAs with 6 different kind of hops. It's hard to get them out here. So having something that's different in Las Vegas, because it's coming from Pennsylvania originally, because we're not going to have ingredients like that in beer brewed here. It's too expensive to bring in. It's too expensive to maneuver. It's a hassle because trying to get the fresh ingredients to brew a beer here with those certain kinds, it's difficult to maneuver. So having it shipped in from Pennsylvania and being able to get the cool ingredients that you wouldn't normally get, it kind of makes it stand out even more than it already did, because you do have neat beer. Honestly, I've never seen a beer that pours green automatically without being St. Patrick's Day or green food coloring. And yours has the blue spirulina in it, and so you end up getting, my joke when I serve it typically is, oh, you're getting your vitamins and your alcohol today because you're antioxidants too. And it's kind of fun to have something so different that I get to talk about so often for someone who digs beer as much as I do, you know?
Yeah.
And like even with the can art too, it's so viciously vibrant.
Viciously vibrant. I love that.
It really is. Like, and it's kind of off-putting in some places because like you have like these oddball dudes and you have like the strange animation. The empty calories guy is super menacing if you look at him on the can. And it's just neat. Like I like.
It does look kind of mean, huh?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's cool to have this very unique style and this unique environment to kind of thrive in and create, especially in the Arts District. It's, you're killing it, dude. It looks great.
We do have a lot of natural ingredients, which I think that people should know too. Like, and also we have awesome cocktails.
Yeah, not to mention you're using dragon fruit powder. You're using your blue spirulinas.
Yep.
You're using like turmeric. Like we're actually like building almost kind of healthy for you cocktails in a way.
It's healthy to drink.
Yeah.
Drinking is healthy.
You can say that. You can say that.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought we had customers walking in there.
I mean, if they walk in, they can come hang out. I'll pour a beer. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm licensed.
But yeah, we do have the craft cocktails, the beer slushy. So
I think that's fun
during
too.
St. Patrick's Day, that was my favorite, the Lacto Cooler.
Oh, and that's Lacto Cooler, our standard beer even, but
Yes.
in slushy format.
That was so good. So good. I want to do more beer slushies. We also have the seltzer slushies, which are good.
Yeah. And not to mention, we also have seltzer on draft because it is made by us as well, which, again, is hard to do in a brewery standpoint because the yeast is a completely different prospect. And so even if they get mixed together, you can ruin large batches of beer by having the yeast get too close to the other one to create a seltzer comparatively to a beer. So you can actually like ruin a lot of stuff really quick, and that's kind of cool that we have both that we both make.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's really neat too.
Yeah.
No, and I think I just really appreciate the uniqueness of it all. I would like to say that I'm a pretty unique individual. I look this way for a reason. And I appreciate that you bring that little sense of uniqueness to this neighborhood because it is all very designed, planned, male-dominated, very just reclaimed wood, steel bars.
Yep.
Like it's kind of cool that we have the neon background behind us and we have the neon outside. And
Yeah.
It's just
I mean, it's Vegas. You need
Yeah.
neon, right?
It's just vibrant, baby. It's vibrant.
viciously vibrant.
Viciously. I guess I don't understand how you were so successful in your Las Vegas mannequins, creating this business that I would have never even thought to be a business at all. Like couldn't even comprehend having a trade show, renting studio where you give things and trade them out. Like I just don't understand it at all, let alone thinking of it and creating it and then have it be so successful and then deciding, you know what? I'm going to open a bar. Like, how did that even come to be?
So back in the day, I grew up in Massachusetts, and I had a lot of jobs.
Oh, okay.
I've had all kinds of different jobs. And I really always loved, like, I've had jobs in the service industry. I bartended. I really, like, just miss that customer interaction.
Oh, okay.
And it's a lot different from, you know, when I'm at Las Vegas Mannequins, I'm in my office. We do see people come into the showroom, which is also, that's a whole other set of local business, people who are like opening retail stores, who are like starting out at the swap meet, and then now they have like a presence at the Wynn.
Oh, for sure.
And it's awesome seeing like the community grow, you know, and it's a different type of thing than down here, but I just really, I miss the hustle and the bustle, you know, of
really?
Like, I do,
You didn't like your nice little calm life and you wanted some little bit of chaos on it?
No. It's not like it was ever calm. Have you ever worked in the trade show industry?
No, definitely not. I have no idea.
It's all about fixing problems because no matter what, something's always going to go wrong. But I always say it's how you handle it.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, there's a lot of customer service. It's just a different kind of customer service. But I feel like down here, I don't know, like I missed the you know, the rush of things. I wanted to do something different, something where I could be a little bit more creative. So that's kind of how I brought all this together, and I love it. You know, I love being the owner of Voodoo Brew Pub here in Las Vegas. I'm trying to think what my next step is going to be.
Yeah, I mean.
Now I got all this settled. I'm very fortunate. I've got such a good team. Like, you're amazing. Our whole team is just awesome. Like, it's so nice. You know, opening this, I thought I was going to have to be down here all the time, and now it's like it's okay for me to step away for a little because like, I know that I have it handled, and I've got an awesome team.
Oh,
and
thanks,
I think
man.
that means a lot, you know.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Thanks. It's fun. It's fun being here. It's fun working here. It's fun working for you so specifically. Like,
thank you.
Because you're fun. Like,
I'm trying to be.
I can sit and hang out with you and drink a beer with you anytime. You always have a fun story to tell. You always have a cool friend hanging out with us. You always have like a cool story to kind of share in some ways. And I enjoy that as a female who's in an industry who does enjoy this industry so specifically. It's so refreshing to see somebody who is so powerful and so strong and so well known in the community and so successful in everything you kind of want to do. It's very empowering for people like me even to see you do these things.
Man, you know how to
be successful.
Kiss up to the boss, huh?
You know,
Shades.
baby. You know. I'm looking for a raise at the end of this.
I know. Wow. Huh. I thought just inviting her to be my co-host was enough. But she wants money now too. Jeez.
You know,
well,
give
cheers.
her.
I bought you a beer.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
So yeah, we're looking forward to. I'm trying to figure out like what is next with Voodoo. So we have the summer coming up.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great bands. We have live music on most weekends. Oh, let's not forget the big exciting news on
my gosh, I'm so
Tuesday.
excited.
So we have trivia on Thursdays, which is awesome. But there's one thing that I don't think is even done in the Arts District, and my co-host here is going to be womaning up.
Yes.
And she's gonna be doing bingo on Tuesdays. So tell us about the bingo.
I'm actually a 70-year-old man, so I've enjoyed bingo my whole life. The only place in the entire neighborhood, and again, I'm born and raised here. I've been around, and I go to all the places to make sure it's cool. The only place that does bingo in the neighborhood is actually over on Fremont Street. Nowhere in the Arts District does bingo at all. So I went to school for graphic design originally. I've actually created an entire custom-made Voodoo bingo board that we're going to have you casting on the TV. I'm going to be able to live dob it, live have it. What is live dobbing it? Sorry to interrupt you. Where I can actually, I'm going to have it up on the TV.
Oh,
if you're at bingo, I'm going to be able to dob it off the TV as well. So
you
people sitting out on the patio are going to be able to play it.
Right? So I talked to
It's dobbing. I told you this.
All right, hang on. This is our age difference. So I talked to my receptionist at Las Vegas Mannequins the other day, and I told him that we were going to be doing bingo. And I said, okay, we need to find the dabbers. He's like, oh, Allison, you can't say that.
Right.
Okay, but back in the day, they were dabbers.
Dabbing.
I know dabbing is a different thing
term
today.
Nowadays.
Yeah, but way back in the day, like when we were,
dabbing. And it's a dauber. It's spelled
All right, this is a younger crowd. I'll go with
dauber.
The dabbing. They had to change it for some reason. I don't even know what dabbing is, but I know it has something to do with
It's very complicated.
cannabis. Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
I'll
Don't do
probably
it.
never do that.
Don't do that.
Okay, no problem. No problem there. But I guess so. Getting it back to bingo here.
No, yeah, I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be unique. Not to mention, we do have such a ginormous patio space, so I want to be able to have it seen from outside, playable outside. So people sitting out there is going to be able to look inside and be able to see it, hear it. Not to mention my voice is a little loud and a little shrill, so I think that they can handle it and hear me no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think it'll do well. I think that'll be to kind of add to the uniqueness of the establishment.
Yeah.
You know, to be
I'm
able
excited.
to have that. Yeah, so it'll be kind of neat to get that all set up and do something different, because everyone has a trivia. Everyone has some sort of
it's
music.
true.
Everyone has that. I like to... We're going to be pushing it, doing something a little new,
People are going to start doing bingo now and copying us.
No, hell no.
But you all know where it started. You all know where it started.
Started right here. Hand design.
We do have, so we have this awesome wall outside that was intentionally left blank so that we could, project things. So
Yeah.
this is awesome.
I know.
I feel like that was, when everything starts to come together.
Oh, yeah.
Like when we started putting the furniture here that had been in my warehouse for 3 years. And seeing
It was
it all
just
laid out here, I was like, wow, this is amazing. So all of a sudden I'm going to see the bingo on the wall, be like, that's why I left that wall.
That's not wrong. I can't wait.
Yep.
Too bad I'm technologically illiterate, so I guess I will figure it out. But
Well, I mean, you're daubing on the TV screen.
that's graphic
I
design.
I would not know
That's
how to do that.
different. I don't know.
So yeah, so super excited about that. Super excited about all the different events we have coming up, and also we've been doing some storytelling with the Arts Factory, the folks over there. So I
that
think
was the
that's
other
also
night,
bringing the community together. This is what Voodoo's also about. Big
100%.
about community, yeah.
And the thing about community specifically out here is that Vegas doesn't have a community. It doesn't. Everybody's traveling, everybody's coming in and out, everyone's just so maneuvering constantly. They're never just staying put in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So from somebody who's been here for the last 30 years, you can't really have a friend group. You can't really create a community necessarily because everyone's just coming and going so fast.
Yeah.
So the Arts District specifically has become such a brilliant little community that I'm incredibly grateful for. I didn't have anything like that my entire life. Mm-hmm. So being able to find it in the last 5-6 years here is so nice. I feel like I'm actually a part of something now where otherwise I was just kind of wandering around Vegas.
And this street right here, so Commerce Street is obviously being developed like Main Street.
Oh, yeah.
And it's huge. And the cool thing that a lot of people don't know is this whole little area right here. I did just coin it Women's Row because there's so many women business owners with retail shops.
Totally.
There's a good friend of mine owns a wine place right here. They're all woman owned, which is awesome.
And that's nice to see. Commerce is Women's Row, 100 million %.
Yep.
I love that. I think that's definitely, someone should get a banner for that, Brewery Row over on Main Street.
We'll get our own banner.
We'll get
That's
the banner.
right, yeah.
We'll maneuver it.
and women are doing great things. I know we were talking last night about women in business, and women are doing so many amazing things. Did you know
100%.
that a woman invented Wi-Fi and the dishwasher?
Oh, that makes sense. That just made it easier for herself, dude.
Yeah.
She was just saving herself some time, honestly.
True. And now we're doing bingo on Tuesdays.
Hey, all right.
Cheers to
Cheers,
that.
darling.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for our first ever podcast here at the Voodoo Brew Pub. Ooh. And join us for our next episode. Make sure you subscribe. Voodoo Vegas. Our next episode, we're going to talk about beer.
Oh, I can't wait.
Which is why we're all here.
It's my favorite thing to talk about.
So yeah, please join us for episode 2. Thank you.
Thanks. See you soon. Hell yeah.